Thank you very much for your kind introduction. And let me introduce myself through a minor selection of my dance work, while I'll try to outline some maybe adventurous thoughts about what I call dancing abroad. Working with dancers from Iran, unfortunately you can't see her in here because she is dancing in a tent, with dancers, and it's too bright. Can we just put the light down a bit? Better. Thanks so much. With dancers and garment workers, seamstresses in Bangladesh, and female performers in Afghanistan. I mainly do address their work to a Western audience, an audience with opinions and good reasons to doom, for instance, IS, Taliban, censorship, women's oppression, exploitation, although most of us never have met a member of IS, the Taliban, a censor, or talked to a woman wearing a burqa. It is tradition in Western theater to measure the weight of the good and the bad and to watch the morals at work, while our opinions regarding the world are carved always by the conflicts of others. We watch crime stories, the war in Syria, the extinction of elephants, but it is never us involved. We all share opinions about what is happening elsewhere. On stage, we tend to call this political theater, but I feel it would be too naive if people watch a show just to agree with opinions they already have. While I was traveling to places such as Tehran, Kabul, or Dhaka, I observed a strong shift in my personal perception. In the heat of the sun, amidst the crowds of an overpopulated Bangladesh, in a studio together with women only in Afghanistan, in the streets of Iran, you look, of course, with different eyes. But what exactly is the difference between what you know and what you learn? An Iranian woman told me, "We have everything you have. The only difference is what is forbidden in public must remain hidden behind the curtain." An Afghan woman entrusted me, "I wish all women on earth would be dead, so that no more man can be born." And then she added, "The burqa is often the only chance for women to gain a certain kind of freedom. You are unrecognizable under the burqa. You can leave the house and nobody knows who is who. And if you don't hate men too much, you can even date them." Seamstresses in Bangladesh begged, "Please don't boycott our products. We are happy to gain an independent lifestyle. We are happy to be urbanized personalities, and we are happy to be part of the capitalistic society." From a Western point of view, it all sounds a bit weird. But the lady from Iran affirms that she is able to do everything what she wants, but just from behind. The lady from Afghanistan points out the burqa can mean freedom as well. And you may ask the ladies from Bangladesh, how can you talk so proudly of capitalism as long as unions are not even properly established? Let's have a closer look at the three of them. When I was invited to Iran, in the time before the vainly Green Revolution, to hold a workshop in Tehran and later on to produce a piece, the female performers and me were confronted with a system of religiously motivated censorship, which doesn't allow women to appear on stage differently to how they are allowed to appear in public, fully veiled and not dancing. While walking and driving around in Tehran, at the countryside, I saw hundreds of tents in the streets, on the beaches of the Caspian Sea, in the mountains, some to protect workers from the sun, or tents to be used as hideaways for families, mainly women, while picnicking. Tent in Farsi means chador. It is exactly the same name as for the lady's veil. In order to dance, although this is forbidden for women on stage, I asked 6 female performers to use a tent as a tool, as a dancing tool. It's still too dark. As a dancing tool which might allow them to dance in public. Raising the question to the censors who are certifying every performance in Iran, are tents inhabited by women allowed to dance, although women shall not? While the hideaway de facto allowed the women to dance and to express the anger, their wishes and dreams to the audience, the international success of Letters from Tentland brought it finally to fall through a leak, as some members of the Iranian embassy watching the piece in Austria and South Korea provoked the end during the regime of the former president Ahmadinejad. The answer to this unfriendly censorship culminated in a piece called Return to Sender. Here I asked 6 exiled Iranian women to answer to the letters of the Iranian performers. They loved to respond, but instead of criticizing Iran, they decided to address to the European policies of asylum already in 2006, and not to the fate of their sisters in Iran. It was an act of overwriting the statements from Iran to show the fundamental function of censorship, which seems to exist also in Europe, since the freedom of opinion is highly confronted with prejudice against asylum seekers and foreigners in general. What are these prejudices about? A lady in a European city is hiding behind a veil. We would all agree that the veil is not helping a lot to liberate women and their rights. But at the same moment as we saw the veil or the tent is facilitating the freedom of expression, since it is hiding the woman, the performer. The person behind the role appears like under a mask. Burqa bondage in 2009 was another piece to explore the relationship between the freedom and the mask, which is not only allowing the freedom of opinion but of expression, including the expression of sexuality, which is difficult in Islamic countries, this time in Afghanistan, and its dominant burqa. I decided to do a test. I confronted the burqa with another Asian subject, the Japanese art of bondage. Both techniques to survive under a burqa and to be passionate about bondage does not ignore the opposite. Being not bound or being unveiled, does it mean the end of suppression? Burqa bondage became a dance performance showing both the passion and the pain of 2 female dancers struggling for freedom from under the burqa, as well as the trammels of Japanese bondage, which I could study in a studio in Tokyo with the master and his subject. She, the lady, later confessed to me. While being exposured and tightly bound, she is experiencing something what she called freedom. Being bound, being masked, made me feeling more and more a strong doubt about the black and white patterns of the Western interpretation of both. Veil and bondage, right and wrong, abuse and freedom, as if anybody could be satisfied with simple patterns like good and evil, or civilized and traditional. All these came back to me when I was traveling to Bangladesh. Colors. There I saw masses of people floating into the textile factories. I thought of early films of Fritz Lang's Metropolis in full color. Getting closer to the country, I decided to produce a piece called Made in Bangladesh in the capital Dhaka in 2014, which I directed alongside with the Indian co-choreographer Vikram Iyengar and 12 Bangladeshi dancers, Kathak dancers. Kathak is a classical dance which is with its origin in the northeast of the subcontinent. It's a very vertical dance using highly rhythmical footwork. So now I have to escape from here. This is a choreography of Kathak where we use only footwork.
Toy, shot, art. Toy, shot, art. Shot, art. Toy, shot, art. Toy, shot, art. Terms and conditions are agreed on, contract is signed, order is placed and got to get ready in about no time, in best quality and even cheaper than last week.
The dancer's wish was to learn more about contemporary dance. And my question has been, what is contemporary in a country so very much portrayed to us as the heaven of exploitation? In order to combine both wishes, I affiliated 12 Kathak dancers with 12 workers from the textile industry. These garment workers became the dancers' muses, musen. The outcome has been again a surprise to me. The pride of the people of Bangladesh to establish an urban culture independent from their rural descent is much stronger than their suspicion in regards to low payment, bad working conditions, and the absence of good health care.
And now for the ladies, who make up 80% of the workforce. Ahmed, D7, and use your head. Nuzaba, A3 footwork. Sultana, A7. Irene, E3 footwork. Akhtar, Mrs. Akhtar, what is wrong with you?
I think I am special. That's why I am here.
You think you are special? Well, you have to be more than special, you have to be qualified. So go to B7 and remember, bathroom breaks are not allowed.
I have the perfect solution for all those working long periods of time under the hardest conditions, especially when bathroom breaks are not allowed. The portable mini toilet. This product holds pee and vomit and can be used more than once.
Looking into the factories, bodies here are simply tools of quantification. It is all about the ability of a body to sew as fast and as precise as they can. In one sentence, the worker is left with not much else than their bodies. These bodies are fighting to withstand pressure. Bodies are evaluated by their hourly output, and training includes, for instance, unlearning to drink to avoid pee breaks. While interviewing garment factory owners, garment workers, activists of workers' rights, for workers' rights, staff members of H&M in Dhaka and so on, the setting of the stage became almost automatically organized like in a factory. The Kathak dancers were producing their dances in lines, and we added boards showing hourly outputs and the announcement of the daily targets. Almost automatically, and as any dancer knows, while repeating and perfecting, the choreography, true work, was shining through.
Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Back to Berlin, everybody was discussing the matter of fact of exploitation in the arts, not in the industry. I guess you have heard about the foundation of the European NGO, which is called Art But Fair. Most of the people don't know about artists as a precarious worker, which with hardly any security. No doubt, both Bangladeshi as much as artists are heading for fair treatment in terms of estimation of their work and in terms of wages above the poverty line. But to make it very clear, the needle workers' situation in Bangladesh is pure and unmasked. It is raw and direct. While art workers, most extreme the dancers, in any European cultural context, tend to cover the circumstances they are living in like under a veil. So here they are doing exactly the same dance as they did before. It's just mirroring the situation. That's why it became more and more obvious to me to mirror the artists with the workers, as I did by affiliating the Kathak dancers with the needle workers in Bangladesh. By unmasking the circumstances of European art workers mirrored in the fate of Bangladeshi seamstresses, it appeared almost automatically that there is no good Europe and bad Bangladesh in terms of working conditions.
Susanna on position. Monica on position. Great on position. Tina on position, please. Uta on position. Bea on position, please. Charlotte, what is wrong with you?
I think I'm qualified. That's why I am here.
You think you're qualified? Well, you have to be more than qualified, you have to be special. So on position, please. And remember, bathroom breaks on stage are not allowed.
This is suitable for you in the audience as well.
And now for the men.
To direct abroad allows me to see the difference under a microscope without judging whether something needs to be politically correct or to be corrected. Looking at different conditions means to understand them in the light of local conditions. That can bring some reflections to the West as well. Wait a second. Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm very sorry, but the 4 of you are fired. Thank you. And again, please. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
As I said, some reflections for the West as well. Thank you very much.